Okay, so for the general person, 1 scoop a day of this electrolyte you make.
Yeah.
What other supplements would you recommend people look into?
Are you talking my supplements or?
No, just for yourself,
Yeah.
your wife,
Yeah.
other adults. What should people at least consider as part of their daily stack?
I think vitamin D, unless you're getting a ton of sun in the summer, I think all other times you should make sure that you get vitamin D. I think when you do your blood work, you should make sure that vitamin D is something you're testing, both to make sure that you're getting enough, but also that you're not getting too much. So your blood test levels should be basically between 60 to 100, give or take. But if you and here's the thing, some people need to take 10,000 IUs a day to stay above 60. But other people, if they take 10,000 IUs, it'll put them at 150, which is too much. Because vitamin D can also be toxic, and you don't want to have too much. But the amount needed differs greatly. Like some people will be fine with 2,000, some people need 5,000, some people need 10. So I think people need to take it, but I think they also need to monitor.
Okay, so electrolytes, vitamin D, any other notables?
I would say fish oil also. The omega-3s is a huge deficiency. And especially with as much seed oils as people eat, they usually have very unhealthy ratios between omega-6 and omega-3. And we have to have both, but most people are getting 20 times the amount of omega-6 that they need. So they're incorporating omega-6 into their cell membranes, and we have to have more like a 1-to-1 ratio. A lot of people are like 20-to-1 with omega-6 to omega-3. And it's the EPA and the DHA that we need, which is basically fatty fish or a fat omega-3 supplement, fish oil supplement. Now, if people like sardines or salmon, I mean, I buy my sardines like 6 dozen at a time, and I love them. And it's so easy to just pop open a can and gobble it down. And that basically, if you do that every day or most days, then that's all you need. You don't need a supplement. But if you don't eat fish or if you don't eat them regularly, then that would be another thing that I look into.
Any tricks for making sardines taste good?
I don't know. I just like them.
Okay, I despise the taste. I push through and eat them, but just wonder
Yeah.
if I'm missing something, putting lemon over it, cooking
Yeah.
them, or I don't know.
Try other forms. Try like herring or mackerel or something else, because they're all very rich in omega-3, omega-6.
Okay, like I said, I push through, but I'd love to enjoy the
Yeah.
experience.
And one more actually is there is basically half the world's population has a genetic variant in a gene called MTHFR. And this this reduces their ability to break down homocysteine. So homocysteine is a natural part of a metabolic chain in the body. The liver breaks down an amino acid called methionine, and it turns it into homocysteine. And then if we have all the pieces in place, the body breaks down that homocysteine also. But if you have this genetic variant, then you're not as good at breaking it down. And when this homocysteine accumulates and we get high levels, now that is inflammatory, and it's enough of a factor that it's an independent risk factor for heart disease. It increases inflammation. So this is something people want to look into, and you can do it two ways. You can you can get a genetic test and look for the MTHFR gene. That will kind of let you know how bad it is, how strong your tendency is, but it won't tell you if it's actually a problem. So for that, you want to do a homocysteine on your blood test. So when we test blood, it's a routine test for us because it's simple, it's easy. It's kind of like insulin. It adds $20 to the test. When you do it as part of a panel, it adds like 20, $25, but it's very valuable information. And if your homocysteine is high, then you want to get something called methylated B vitamins. It's primarily MTHF, methyl tetrahydrofolate, but there's also a lot of other factors that go into it to complete the process, because there's like 2 pathways, and to cover them both, you need more than one ingredient. So I made a product for that as well, because it's just like insulin resistant. It's something that almost, or actually most of the world has this tendency. And it's probably that I always think about these things. It's like, why does genetic selection, why does evolution, whatever you choose to believe, put us here, why would that allow for a genetic defect in most people? And I'm thinking that it wasn't really an issue until we had our modern lifestyle, until we had a lot of toxicity and metabolic issues. But now that we do, it's a real thing.
Since you made it to the end of this clip, I know you're going to love the full episode. Click here to watch. I'll see you over there.
Basically, everything else you can think of gets worse with insulin resistance. That's why it's the #1 health problem. And we've never seen anything like it, where the majority